Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 3 of the Cars the Video Game Let's Play. Last episode, we played the Luigi's Tire Find minigame, we went to Sarge's Boot Camp, we unlocked Boost, we did basically everything there was to do in the second chapter of the game. And now, this is going to be a pretty eventful chapter because now we're going to be unlocking a new area of the map, Ornament Valley. But before we get to that, first thing I want to do is not in front of me. I don't know why I went in this direction. It's right behind me. We're going to go to Mater's so we can finally learn how to do some backwards driving. Not tractor tipping. Backwards.
Hey, I'm looking for the world's best backwards driver. You seen him around? Do you think he has time to give me that backwards driving lesson he promised?
You bet your ding dang bumper I do. Alright, so yeah, like I said in the previous episodes, I think the backwards driving mechanic in this game makes just driving around the tracks just a lot more fun. Maybe not super important to the game, but I like it.
Right to go left. Now, where have I heard that before?
I love how corny that reference is. If I were ever in charge of writing a Cars anything, I would 100% do that. Be like the Ian Flynn of Sonic. Said that in a previous episode, but it rings true. So yeah, we are going to have to follow him and backwards drive and turn backwards when he does. And then, in order to turn backwards, we gotta press the X button, which is put in a really weird spot on the GameCube controller. I really wish it was just the B button. Would be so much easier to handle, to take care of. Or it'd be so much easier to flip into backwards mode if it was just on the B button, but instead I gotta angle my thumb in a really weird way. Something I also noticed is that you can never catch up to Mater in this lesson from like all my time playing it. Like no matter what speed you're going at, you will, when you get super close to him, you will always just automatically slow down no matter what. That's something interesting I've noticed about this. Like I get why it is that way, but I don't know, it's just like a weird thing I don't see ever happen anywhere else in the game. Which once again makes sense because there's no other events like this, but it's just a little oddity I found. Alright. Then we're going to flip in just a couple seconds. There we go. Sadly, they do not have the little camera like normally there's like a dynamic camera that pops up whenever I do that jump, but it doesn't do that when you turn backwards, I found out. Alright, and turn around. It has obviously been a really long time since the last episode of this series. I was gonna say that at the beginning, but it's been so, I've just like forgotten how to talk during these. So I just forgot to mention it, but yeah. Just kind of been a bit busy. Not a lot of time with like work and school and stuff. So all my time on this channel has mainly been spent working on like the larger big boy videos that take plenty of editing and writing to do. But yeah, I'm hoping I'm gonna recommit myself to this series. I'm gonna hopefully get it done by the end of 2025. I'm going 120 something miles an hour, and Mater's just infinitely faster than me.
One for the fame.
Flip around, flip around. Oh, great! Now I gotta redo this whole thing. Fuck. All right. Great. Just because I wanted to see if the freaking camera worked. The little like thing that pops up when you go front facing. That was dumb of me. Radiator Springs and Ornament Valley look really pretty at night. It's such a shame that Tailfin Pass, when we eventually get to it in the story, Tailfin Pass, as far as I'm aware, never has like a nighttime mode in like any of the games in the whole trilogy. In Mater National, I know that Ornament Valley and Tailfin Pass have like set times of day. Radiator Springs and Mater National has like a day-night cycle. Ornament Valley and Tailfin Pass do not. They're always either night or day. And then, as far as I'm aware, there's no day or night cycle in Rama. And I've like 100% of that game twice, so I don't think there is.
One for the lady.
Around. See, like there's a barrier that's forcing me backwards. Alright. He's just gonna do that every time I turn around, isn't he? Something about the backwards driving, I'll show it when you flip around again, but that I find to be really goofy is that it shows like your eyes, and like your eyes move with like where you're steering, so you could just like do like goofy steering stuff like so your eyes just look all goofy in the game. I get why it is that way, I just kind of find it to be a bit funny. Alright, flip around again. I'm really sorry I don't have much to comment on right now, but the only reason we're still on this event is because I messed up right here. Then flip back around. What we have coming up is much more interesting. Ooh, and now we're done.
It was an honor to beat you.
I like how he does that every single time after I finish because I jump beforehand. Looks like he keeps pushing himself to win. Alright, and with that we are officially able to backwards drive in like any event now. I really don't get why it's locked until the 3rd chapter of the game. Considering that like you can power slide before Doc's lesson, so I don't know, it's just a little strange to me. Alright, now we can get to the part where we actually go and unlock Ornament Valley, which we're going to do. Yep, tap X twice. Which we're going to do through a race. We unlock Ornament Valley by completing a special racing event. I think it's called Sheriff's Chase, or maybe I'm getting it confused with like the mini game you unlock afterwards.
This way.
There he is. Yep, Sheriff's Chase, that's the name. One thing I find to be pretty neat about Sheriff's voice actor is that he isn't even like a normal voice actor. He's played by Michael Wallace in like pretty much every piece of Cars media. And he's just like a historian who wrote like a book on Route 66 that Pixar really liked, and like they consulted to get his help on like research for the movie. And I guess they just had such a positive experience working with him that they just hired him as sheriff to voice act as him in the movie. Wallace does have like some public speaking experience from like everything I've seen. Like he does show up to events and give speeches. But like this is just like his normal voice. Like he's not voice acting at all pretty much, and I find that to be really neat. Just everything around him and like him voicing the character. I also really like how there's just a finish line, like a starting finish line in the background. As Sheriff's like, you're challenging me to a rematch, aren't you? Like I know it was probably unintentional on the devs' part, but I think it's a really funny visual joke. Alright. Since one lap race. And we're gonna go through parts of, we're gonna start in Radiator Springs and then head into a couple of parts of Ornament Valley. Almost hit that pole. That would have been not fun. Barely made it. Ooh, this is a tight one. Ow. Yep, that... Why did I say ow? I'm not getting hurt. But yeah, I keep messing up. But I still have a lead of 3 whatever those things are. Oh. Boost, 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 boost. And yeah, he's right there. Yeah, I'm gonna catch up to him in just a moment. Boom. I have back in first, just barely. I keep getting the boost and drift buttons mixed up. Last night before I recorded this, I went back to the Xbox 360 version of Cars. I did another playthrough to get some like brand new footage of the 360 version to use in videos, because for a while I've just been using like this kind of lower resolution 4x3 footage I recorded from the pretty not great PC port. So I wanted to change it to like some higher quality footage of the 360 version, which is like the best looking one graphically. And the power slide and boost are flipped compared to this version. I don't know why they kept flip-flopping on what was boost and what was power slide depending on what version of the game you were playing. It's not like it was ported to the Xbox 360 by a different studio. Rainbow still like ported it to 360. They didn't port it to the Wii, that was Incinerator Studios, who later would go on to work on Rama, but as far as I'm aware, Rainbow Studios was 100% like the people behind the 360 port. And I'm off track again. Yep, I fell off track, and I gained more than lost. Kind of a backwards way of game design. But yeah, I have like a ridiculous 20-point lead, or 20, I don't know like what unit that's measured in seconds. I don't know. But yeah, I got this one in the bag.
One for the lake.
Just like a special jump backwards ending ton, I don't know. Okay. And with this race completed, we are officially able to freely go into Ornament Valley. This also unlocks the Sheriff's Chase minigame, or not Sheriff's Chase, this is Sheriff's Chase, Sheriff's Hot Pursuit minigame, which is what we're gonna play next.
Ah, come on, give me a little laugh on that. The donuts, that's funny.
Reminds me of that one joke in Mater's Tall Tales, the Tokyo Mater episode. Did anybody else hear wind chimes? My house doesn't have those. I don't know why those were just playing. Yep, Sheriff's Hot Pursuit and RustBucket Raceway Rama. Start with Sheriff's Hot Pursuit. This is a minigame that I think is like 6 levels long? I don't know, there's not as many levels as Tractor Tipping or Luigi. And yeah, we just gotta catch 3 speeders. I don't get why the camera was messed up at first. Yeah, we just gotta be a cop and pursue 3 speeders. Yeah, there's one right now. And I both simultaneously love and hate. I both love and hate this minigame like a lot. Because in some ways it is the worst part of the game, and in some ways it is the best, just because of how jank it is. Like I said, this game has a wonderfully, beautifully jank physics engine, and Sheriff's Hot Pursuit, in pretty much every case I've played, is the embodiment of that. There was one time I was playing this minigame on one of the later levels, and I'll get to it there, where I literally fell through the floor and lost. This is when the game, like this minigame in particular, is like just when the game's physics engine just turns to spaghetti code, I guess. Alright, and then the next one is Mia. Let me just turn around real quick and get her. Oh, and I missed her again, didn't I? Oh. Hurt. Yeah. They're gonna drive by right here. Boom. The chase begins. Do 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 wow 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 wow. I was able to. Yeah, I don't know why the mini game's acting so normal right now. Like by this time, I would have like had Mia running up against a wall, as I just stand there and win the mini game by doing nothing. I have no idea why it's acting so calm right now. Like this is a relatively normal playthrough compared to what usually happens when I play this mini game. Alright. Got him. Keep going. Alright, sorry about that awkward cut. I had to do something real quick. Some people came in. Yeah. Let's continue. So yeah, I'm about to finish pursuing Mia. Or, yeah, Mia. I thought it was Tia for a second. I don't know what's going on. And boom. Moving on to the next group. Like that was group 1 out of like I think 5 or 6. Not 7. God, I can't get that meme out of my fucking head. There we go. Oh, great. One of them is gonna pass right by me in a second. Boom, and it's Tia. There we go. Almost there. Done. And one really neat thing I like about this mini game, and one thing I don't like, first of all, is that whenever you fail to like catch a speeder, there's a cutscene that plays, which is a bit annoying. Like every single time, no exception. Then there's Barry. But one thing I really do like is that if you do fail to catch him and that cutscene plays, you like restart the event, like it has a checkpoint, it saves, so like you never lose any progress. So if you caught like 1 or 2 speeders and then lost one of them, those 2 are still caught. You just need to catch this one guy, which I find to be really nice. It would be very infuriating if they did. It would be really infuriating and really in character for most other licensed games from this time to do that. Where'd he go? Where is he? Ah, yeah, I lost him. So see, this really annoying cutscene plays. Like it's a neat, nice cutscene, but they just keep repeating it so often. And then I retry, and then Tia's still captured, or like caught. I don't know if capture's the right word to use, but they've been arrested still. Any second now. All right, let's go. Oh, darn, he went this way, didn't he? Sneaky little guy. Yep, he's right up here. Oh. I got boost and drift mixed up again. Come on. Boom. Do 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 do. There he is. Who is it, Barry or El Guapo? It's El Guapo. I keep trying to drive through the movie theater without breaking any stuff, so this guy does not care about that. And now all we gotta do is catch the one that got away earlier, Barry. Oh no, I thought that don't. Alright. Where is... There. He's about to come up with this corner. He went into the movie theater again. Darn. Or did he... He went all the way back here. Wow. I think this one's in the bag pretty much. Not like a whole lot places he could go on this road without just crashing into something. Or who knows, maybe he'll get away again. I do not... Oh, now he goes up here. And, alright. We're good. Boom. Now we're on to our next group. And it's our first one that's actually in Ornament Valley. So, Snot Rod, Popo, and then another one of the Queen's Racers, which is the first guy we're gonna get. Due to how much more wide and open Ornament Valley can be at times, it is a bit. These later levels of Sheriff's Chase are a bit harder, from what I remember. Although maybe not. Maybe I'm just losing my mind. Because the last time I remember, like, not when I was playing this on 360 last night, but the last time I did like an actual 100% playthrough on this that wasn't for the Let's Play, it was like the Wii version. I remember I struggled for a really long time on these levels of Sheriff's Pursuit, but that might have just been because it was like late at night and my brain power wasn't at max then, so who knows. Yeah, I'm gonna get Snot Rod. Oh, this one's super easy. He is not... Oh, wow. I think this is like the easiest chase yet. I barely had to do anything. Wow. I hit the power slide. Why did I hit the wall? You know, sometimes that just happens in the game where, like, you try to start a power slide, but due to the game's collision, like, it just kind of cancels it out. Alright, there it is. And keep going, man. Boom. Like how Snot Rod's just there. Alright. Oh. Yeah, this is another pretty easy one for the most part. Then we're back in Radiator Springs. Which is something I find to be pretty weird. Like, you'd think they'd, like, take us to Ornament Valley for... Like, when you first play the minigame and you eventually head to Ornament Valley, like, your thought process is, oh, it starts out in Radiator Springs, but in order to, like, ramp up the difficulty, we go to Tailfin Pass, which is a bit more open. It's a little bit harder to chase speeders in that area of the map, but then we just randomly go back to Radiator Springs for some reason. Where are you, Sunny, or DJ, or Wingo? Okay, 2 of them are to my left. And I'm right behind him. I don't know why the siren isn't going off. There we go. Just like that, he started boot scoot boogieing out of here. There's a Wingo. But we'll have to get to him later. Almost hit that movie theater pole. Alright. And yeah, the chase is pretty much over now. I've caught up to you. Okay, now for the delinquent road hazards. Starting with Wingo. Or at least I think it's a Wingo up there. I think I saw like a light green speck. Although that might just be like the arrow. Nope, it is Wingo. It's funny how we meet the road hazards in this game here before we actually get to see him in the story. I found that to be a little funny. There we go. Next speeder, and it's DJ. Oh, almost hit that cacti. This guy's really well hidden. I can't tell where he's trying to go. And I'm still looking at the radar, too. There he is. Don't want to head up the hill too fast. Should have been faster, though. Well, that was nice. Just jolly. Boom. Oh, wait a second. This two ladies probably going to be coming out of that section of the map any second now. Should try to ambush him from the other side. Which is right here. And he's even farther away, just my luck. You know, maybe I do see why they took us back to Radiator Springs now. And I think it's like about here that I remember falling through the floor. Or maybe it was like a area in Ornament Valley that had similar environment textures. Come on, come on. Get back up, Sheriff. All right. Oh, I know, I saw one of the guys I already caught. I did run him off the road though, that was funny. He panicked. Boom. And I was hitting the power slide button too. Trying to steer to the left. Dude, this guy has been evading me for so long. That is crazy. Okay. Yeah. I can't tell if he's heading... Right, he's close. Finally. There. Let's just wingo again. It's kind of hard to tell from so far away. Oh, that's DJ. Thank God. I swear, if I spend like all this time chasing after DJ and he ends up evading me, I'm going, and he like escapes and I lose, I'm going to be so mad. Come on. Hey. Doesn't look like that though. Looks like I got him. Yeah. And then after this is the last group, so it was only like 5 levels, so yeah, it wasn't 6. Not even close to 7. Oh God. So yeah, this last one, Boost, Vince, and then Chick Hicks. Alright. Okay. Who's over there? Boost. He's first on the chopping block. Okay. Next speeder. Before anybody asks, I meant to do that. Like, genuinely. And... Vince and Chick are probably up here. I'm gonna head up this ramp. That looked a lot cooler in my head. Okay. Where are they? One of them's down here. Okay. Are they heading towards me or away from me? I think they're heading away from me, so yeah, just keep going in this direction. We're getting close. Alright. Yeah, he's to the right. And there we go. We got Chick. Such a shame that he's not the last one I gotta catch. I gotta catch Vince last, bit of an anticlimactic chase to go out on. And done. And there is not that's boost. It's still gonna be a while before I catch up to Vince. There we go. So we're getting there. Where is he? He's towards the entrance to the Ornament Valley. Yep, I think I just saw a red blip on the screen. I think that was him. Come on. There he is. Darn it. There he is. Oh! Maybe this is a bit of a climatic chase to go out on after all. Damn. Man literally freebirded himself. He wanted to escape me so bad. Alright. A little longer than I'll have them. And with that, we have officially completed every level of Sheriff's Pot Pursuit. We can officially move on to just story stuff now. Yeah, we can actually go into Ornament Valley, do some story stuff. But, since we have a new what just came out of... Ugh, stuttered. But since we have a new area of the map to travel through, obviously, it's going to have some more of Lizzie's postcards, so we should get those first. Thankfully, there's not nearly as much as just normal Radiator Springs. Radiator Springs had like, I think 11 of like the 20 Lizzie's postcards. Ornament Valley only has 2. And then Tailfin Pass has all the others, which is like 5 or 6. So yeah, there's only 2 here. It's a really nice area. Doesn't do much to set itself apart from normal Radiator Springs, but it's nice just because it's a little bit more open since there's less buildings around. It makes it nice to drive through. There's Mater at the RustBucket. We'll get to that in a moment. Just kind of want to pick up bonus points right now. Yeah, so first postcard, gonna keep following the bonus points because they lead us to where it is pretty much.
Hello.
First postcard's gonna be somewhere to the left. It's gonna be under a bridge. I think it's actually like right down here. Yep, this is it. Right. Postcard number 13. So Radiator Springs had 12 of the Lizzie's postcards. That is crazy. And then the next one is going to be a little harder to get. Still doable, but just a little bit, just a little harder. Go backwards just for the fun of it. So, past these guys. And there we go. What the? Did I hit something? I didn't see anything. Did I just hit invisible geometry? Odd. And I wanted to use that shortcut, but I guess not. Doesn't matter. Next place we have to go through is right here. So yeah, right here, we're gonna take a left into this field. Which, until I started like regularly going to try to like get everything in this game, I kept forgetting existed. Because outside of the purpose of getting this one postcard, there is no point where you ever go to this field in the game. Which just kind of makes me keep forgetting that it exists. But yeah, if you ever get lost, like trying to get the postcard, just kind of follow the bonus points. Should lead you down the right path. Boom. Go off that wheelbarrow or whatever it was. Hang on a second. My nose got itchy, I gotta scratch it. Sorry about that, I thought I could ignore it until I got the postcard, but it just got 10x worse for some reason. So yeah, just kind of drive up here. And make sure to get past the bushes and invisible walls too, I guess. And then there we go. We have both of Ornament Valley's postcards. The rest we'll find in Tailfin Pass in the next episode. I don't know why my nose just got so itchy all of a sudden. That is so strange. Boost. Oh. Okay. Getting out of the field's the real hard part. What the? One thing that is just... But if it's not here, then how? It's like the only option I have of getting back, so... I can't squeeze through here, that's just another invisible wall, even though I probably would be able to. So I'll go over here. But then I don't find any like exit or anything. Jumping over this isn't going to get me any closer, probably just farther away. I'm sorry, but this is probably going to take up the majority of today's episode, just trying to get out of this field. Am I going cuckoo? Like... Okay. Let's go to the top of this mountain again. Slide down here. Let's go to the... Okay, yeah, I think we found the way out now.
Who's bad? I'm bad. That's what I'm
That was goofy. Dare I say silly. But
That's what I'm
alright.
Oh yeah.
And now we're gonna go to the RustBucket. Something that's really neat about this event, something that's really neat about it for those that don't know, I know there are plenty of people watching that do, is that this was not planned for the game originally. This was something that Pixar actually pitched to the devs.
Of course, most cars do not do that on purpose.
And they liked the idea, so it went in the game. Not only that, but like Mater's cousins, who you're about to see in a moment, are just like a lot of the other racers, new characters we've come across in the movie are actually characters that were going to be in the movie originally, back when the Radiator Springs Grand Prix from this game was going to be a part of the movie. Something that I read about in The Art of Cars, which like briefly talked about this event and the characters that would have been in it. They say that it would have included like hillbilly racers from the countryside. They didn't specify that it was Mater's cousin specifically, but his cousins here are probably reworked versions of those scrapped characters. Something I also kind of think is funny when we begin the race is that you're going to see when they're like all lining up to begin the race. Just give it a second. Is that Mater's gonna like try to show up first in line, but he keeps getting blocked off by his cousin, so he's just forced to start there. It's a cute little attention to detail. Doesn't make much sense that they're all normal cars. Well, he's a tow truck, but to be fair, his sister's in a tow truck either, so... Something that I said in my initial review of the first Cars video game is that I thought this race was still like good, but kind of just went on a little too long because it went with like the 12 laps a Piston Cup race normally uses, instead of like the normal 3. But looking back at it, I genuinely don't know what I was on. 12 laps is like the only way this race would be. Like if it was 3 laps, it'd be like a Sonic Forces level in length. I don't see why I complained about that originally. It lasts just fine enough. Same thing goes with the monster truck race we're gonna come across in Chapter 4. I don't like how slamming into the wall keeps resetting the camera. Whoop. In general, like with that review, I think not not right now, not for a little while, but I do plan on eventually like remastering it, so like giving it updated audio and visuals with like the new Xbox 360 gameplay I recorded, editing the script kind of just to reflect my thoughts on the game now. I want to do that with that video someday when like because like the plan for like me talking about the Cars games on my channel, like I said, I want to talk about like pretty much all of them, including Driven to Win, and then when the Driven to Win video comes out, I want to release like a big mega comp with like remastered versions of like those initial videos. Not all of them need to be remastered necessarily, but stuff like the other versions of Cars and then the video in the first game I know in particular needs some, just due to like how bad the audio sounds. Like it's just me talking, like you can hear my PC fan and everything. I have gotten so much better over the last year making videos. I really don't like how slamming into like any wall in this race just keeps messing with the camera. You know what's really unfortunate though, is that if this happens to you in the Wii version of Cars, there's no camera control even if you have like the Wii Remote nunchuck set up. So you have to like enter the pause menu and pause the game and unpause it if you ever want to reset the camera position, which I know for a fact was not intentional. Finish the racing backwards because it's Maynard. Okay. Saving profile data.
Wow, Mater, I thought my races were rough. That was... You're missing a tooth.
I am? No, I didn't have no teeth there before. Hey,
And with this race,
I won you a present.
we have gotten an upgrade to our boost tank. We have more boost.
Love this boosty stuff.
And we're going to get the third and final one in Chapter
Hey,
4.
look, you didn't have to take all that abuse just for me, you know?
Abuse?
That was fun.
And besides, we're best friends forever.
Right? Why the camera at such a weird angle? I mentioned this in my original video. I didn't know it was also true for the GameCube version, but whenever you complete an event at the RustBucket, I'm assuming because Mater has different camera stats than McQueen, because of the obvious size difference. Like the camera is always more zoomed out and farther like aimed up for some reason. I don't know why. I think I'm gonna get these bonus points real quick. And then we're gonna do this race against the Queens Racers, where we actually properly meet them. You know, it's not just me arresting them. Ornament Valley Circuit. Something odd I found, if you know, I've been using like title cards from the actual Cars video game, like the 360 versions files, and they have localized versions
Oh, yeah?
where for like certain events where the text is removed. And something odd I found for this specific race is that in the international version with no text, Vince here actually has like, he looks slightly different. Like I think his headlights He has like extra headlights and stuff. He just looks really weird at like the front for no reason.
Okay, guys, no problem.
Maybe they changed his... I haven't played like the foreign versions of these games, obviously, but maybe they changed his design in other regions because, I don't know, maybe to fit car laws there, maybe look more like cars from overseas, I don't know. Maybe the localized version is based on an earlier design for the character. I just have no idea. Because it's not just Vince. I'm pretty sure the shading for the artwork itself also looks slightly different than the one with text. So who knows? Yeah, this camera angle is really weird. I don't like it. I don't like this one either. First person. I don't know if I did this in the last episode, but I think I might just do this entire race in first person just for the fun of it. You can, even when you like go backwards driving, like the camera switches, which makes driving like a million times more challenging. So if you want to play cars at like the hardest difficulty possible, like I said, I don't know if I said this in a previous episode. I think I might have. But like, I genuinely get curious, like, is there anybody that prefers to play Cars the video game with like the different camera angles? Like whenever I see people play it, it's usually like the normal one like this. This one, where it's more zoomed out, like I get it. Like there's like a more visible within your view. Makes the game look a little slower in my opinion, but like this, it's like a fine camera angle. Does anybody actually prefer to play Cars the video game in first person? I'm genuinely curious. Because like with how much this game sold and how much just people there are in the world, like I feel like there's got to be at least one guy who really likes playing these games in first person. Like it's his preferred way. He's like the blue sphere guy of Cars games, I guess. First person Cars guy. Whoop. Got boost and power slide mixed up again. Gonna jump. Oh wait, that's off track? I thought it wasn't. I think I'm just gonna play the rest of normal camera. First person's goofy and all, but I'm not first person Cars guy, so. Yeah, you also get points for driving backwards in races too. That's another benefit to them. And then those points contribute to your overall score, and you could use that to unlock paint jobs and bonus content. See how many points that got me? 290. Yeah, that's nice. Ooh. Good thing the pipes don't have any collision, because that would have been really bad. I don't get why, like in the last lap, that little path we just went down had one of those breakable signs that only appears in shortcuts, but like it's not a shortcut, it's a part of the main path. I think that's like the only time in the game they do that too. I don't know, maybe there's like an earlier layout for the track where that is genuinely a shortcut, but I have no idea. Because I don't remember seeing like a shortcut sign, or not sign, like the little shortcut thing that gives you points pop up when I went through it. See, like that, like I didn't see one of those. And there we go. Oh, I have a lead of 25. You know, maybe to make it easier for him, I'm going to switch to first person view and start driving backwards. Just for the fun of it. This is so goofy. I don't know what I hit there. Gonna wait like a bit. Okay, now I'm gonna go backwards again. Yeah, they aren't catching up anytime soon. Alright. Come on, get back on track. If I genuinely win this race in first person view going backwards, oh my god, I might actually do it. I win, I win, I win. Yep. That's just sad, man. They couldn't keep up. I gave them literally everything to win, shy of just literally stopping in place. And I think, yeah, that's it. That's it for like all the normal events now. The only thing we gotta do is the Piston Cup race. Bonus point. What? I swear I hit the B button and I guess I was just going too fast. Okay, not Palm Mile, not Los Angeles, not Smashville, Sun Valley. Alright.
Ready when you are, buddy.
There we go.
Cross Country Mac has got your back.
You know, Sun Valley International Speedway, I think this is supposed to be in like Arizona, this specific one. It reminds me a lot of, I can't remember its name, Copper Canyon Speedway from Cars 3, I think that's what it was called. Because they're basically like the same thing. This game just did it first. Oh, that is a very crusty skybox texture. Oh wow. So yeah, something else I want to mention about this event in particular is that it is one of the events that I said earlier is a complete pain to do in champion difficulty. Like, it was almost impossible. Like, I spent hours at night trying to, like, finish this race in championship difficulty. It was so it was, like, so annoying. Because you, like, barely have a lead against the AI at any time. No matter what you did. Like, I only won by, like, the skin of my own teeth. There was one time where I was about to win the event. I barely had a lead on, like, second place, and then they just they cut me. Like, they just barely cut me at the end, and I got second place, and I was so mad. But yeah, I'm gonna drive backwards down the stretch. Is he gonna do the face? Please do it. There, he just did it. Yeah, that's something I talked about, I think, in, like, the previous episodes when I mentioned backwards driving, is that you get to see McQueen do that weird, goofy face every once in a while. I don't know why he does it, either. I don't know, maybe it's just, like, like an Easter egg or something snuck in by the devs, I couldn't tell you. This is a pretty good camera angle. Alright, now I have the lead. Even in, like, my initial video on the Cars games, I still said that this was, like, a pretty challenging race, even in just normal difficulty. Like, it's not as unbearable as it is in championship mode, but, like, I genuinely think, like, this is the hardest race in the game. By, like, a Piston Cup race. By, like, a long shot. I don't know why. Yeah, so coming up on this next spot, I think we're going to be doing a pit stop from the look of our little tire meter. I don't know if you heard me just click trigger there. I always find it funny that they go into their T-poses. In the 360 version, like, Guido randomly goes into, like, this hero pose for some reason. X, X, L, B, B. Y, B, 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 Y. Great. I think they, like, give you a bit of a lead. Yeah. Yeah, if you complete it fast enough, you get, like, more of those points added to your lead counter, so... Just a nice, straight stretch. And the distance is slowly being closed up because the AI in this specific track is just God, I guess. I know that's not the song that's playing right now, but whenever I see the Piston Cup races, that's what I think of. Oh, there's Guido still there on the pit stop, or at the pit stop. I guess his model just doesn't go away. Funny thing about pit stops in the Xbox 360 version of Cars, I don't know if I mentioned this before, probably did, but it's that they added, like, more pity models, so there's more forklifts and stuff around. But I guess since they didn't have, like, a very big budget or whatever, they genuinely look like something that was made in Roblox. Like, they look like something I would have seen in, like, Save Lightning McQueen Adventure Obby back in the day, and I'm not even joking. I'd rather have them in the game than not, but it's just, like, something silly. Come on, man. I'm losing my lead because of you. Ooh. Oh god, he's right behind me, isn't he? Okay. We're on like lap 11 too, so I gotta lock in. Come on, stop doing that. You're making me slow down. Yeah, my lead is only going up, so hopefully he won't do something where he like sneaks up on me and just wins.
And there goes Lightning McQueen, slipping through the
Yeah, I got this one in the bag.
One for the fame.
And with that, we are officially done with Chapter 3 and this episode. Let's see what events that unlocked this. It's gonna take a moment. Okay, so Sally's Wheel Well Sprint, which is the road race that allows us to unlock Tailfin Pass, similar to what we did with Sheriff in this episode. And then Doc's Checkup, which is just like your average road race. It's probably the first thing we're going to do in episode 4. But yeah, with that, we're officially done with this episode of the Cars the Video Game Let's Play. Next chapter, chapter 4, so there's those 2 events I mentioned, which means we're going to be unlocking Tailfin Pass. Since we're unlocking Tailfin Pass, we're going to be able to collect the last of Lizzie's postcards, meet the delinquent road hazards properly in the story. It's personally my favorite chapter of the game, just due to like all this stuff that happens in the story, and it's just the beefiest one too. So yeah, I can't wait to show you guys all that. But for now, that's it. Like and subscribe, I guess, if you aren't. Not gonna be like pushy about it, but yeah. That's it for this part of the Let's Play. I will see you guys next time.